Devin too, but okay, so there's a TikTok video going around.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Of this girl saying that some guy DM'd her and was like, "Oh, I want to buy you lunch." Now, he don't know her like personally.
Okay.
He wants to get to know her, I guess, or date her. But he's like, he just saw her on Instagram, thought she was pretty, and was like, I want to buy you lunch. And she was like, okay, cool. So she was like, here's my Cash App. Send it through my Cash App. So she's telling the story, and she's like, and when she swore when she was gonna look at her Cash App, she was gonna have $100 there for lunch. He ended up sending her $30. So she was just like, I spend almost $120 on my lunch. I usually get myself a drink, a meal, and dessert. And where does he think this $30 is gonna do for me? Like, then he was like, I guess he told her like, oh, I want to get to know you. And she was like, well, I don't see how that's gonna happen because you send me $30 for lunch. So my question to you guys, because it's like a big topic on TikTok right now. Was she wrong for saying like this is not a good amount for my lunch, or she should have just been grateful? Because the nigga don't know her. Like, it's not like he know her personally, but she was saying like, how you not gonna send something more than that when you're trying to pursue me?
Oh, she's definitely wrong. She's definitely wrong because first part, he sent money. This is money just for her to buy lunch. It's not like he's meeting up with her and they're going out to eat. That's different. It's just money for her to buy lunch. So already that's red flag number one. Like, what? Like 30. I'm not gonna lie. Food is expensive nowadays. But you could get a good lunch under $20. Good amount of food or beverage under 20. So
But if you actually asking somebody, can I send you something for lunch? Is it your right not to send them how much they would spend for lunch? You get what I'm saying?
But you gotta say, you have to say it beforehand.
Yeah, how would he know?
You don't know each other. How?
Again, he going
You don't
off.
spend no $100 on lunch anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going off bitch, what are you going to Roof Chris for lunch? Like, you going to lunch, bitch, you got 30 minutes to an hour. You going to Subway, you going to somewhere simple, more than $30. You trying to buy dinner too? Like, so when you thinking lunch is not an expensive thing. Like, lunch shouldn't be more than $30, $40 for one person. Like John said, it's not like they're linking up.
Yeah,
he's buying her solely buying lunch for herself. So she ain't wrong in the sense of telling him what she was spending. She's wrong because the bitch is financially unstable and financially irresponsible, spending $100 on lunch. That's the problem right there.
She's trying to get like a week's. She probably don't spend that much. She's trying to get a week's worth of lunch out of him.
She was trying to get multiple meals. But again, if you spending $100+ on lunch, you're financially irresponsible, first off. So I ain't mad at her for saying it because as if you're a guy trying to court, you dodge a bullet. Like, this bitch I want $100 lunches. So the dinners is $400. Breakfast is $150. Like,
people are saying online that if you only have 30 minutes and then you only have 30 minutes, what type of lunch you're getting? That's one. And two, what are you eating for lunch? Because that's a very unhealthy lunch if you having an appetizer, a dessert.
You talking about a drink, bitch? You get drunk? I don't understand. You talking about a drink? Like,
you better be talking about like them regular beverage, like a water, juice, soda.
You going to happy hour? That's what she talking about. She going to happy hour for lunch. She doing too much. But again, I ain't mad at her for trying to get a coin. I'm just saying, niggas say dodging the bullet.
Yeah, maybe she should have put it on TikTok though.
I mean,
well, I think she thought in her head was that TikTok was going to accept it and be like, yeah, girl, you should have sent. But I went to her comments because I watch other videos and they were like, yo, go to her comments. And these girls are tearing her up, like in the sense like,
but you better go. What you having? You trying to buy some away from the whole department?
Some girl said, did you give back the 30 if you didn't want it? Another girl was saying like he needs to send me 30 because I could buy a good lunch with 30. Like people were really coming at her, and so she blocked. I guess and then I ate dinner and then I went back on there to see like before I brought this up to you guys, and she like silent her comments. I think it wasn't the response she thought she was gonna get, but a lot of guys are like, yo, you girls, like there's one guy said like he blamed it on the guy. He was like, at some point, guys, we gotta stop using money to bribe these women and then expect them. And then when we hear them say things like, oh, he don't have enough for me, and y'all get mad, but y'all the ones who slinging money in front of
you leave with money.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you leave with money,
it's fair game for the women because they can just milk you till you realize, oh shit, I went with the wrong approach.
Yeah, because again, that is a fact because you ultimately try to spend money on it and you don't even know her. You starting off already paying for her time. So that's already the wrong way to start. If anything, you should have started by saying, hey, I got some Wendy's coupons. Would you like them? I like you, and I want to share my coupons with you. Would you like them? And then see where she at.
But I would have thought him saying, "I'll buy."
Still spending money.
No,
I would have thought.
But that's you showing. That's you showing that you're a budget nigga. So if she ain't about balling on a budget, then she ain't gonna be there for the hard time.
Yeah, but I would have thought, him saying, "Can I buy you lunch?" It was him asking her out and them to link up and him buying her, like basically paying for the meal. They go out thing, but
no, honestly, niggas be paying for time nowadays. So niggas be sending bitches money for the hell of it and thinking, and then be having a sense of ownership over them once they do that. So again, leading with money is never the best way to approach anybody because again, now you're looking at it like, but I didn't spend this amount of money on you.
Right.
I deserve your time. And it's like, nah, nigga, you lay with money. You was giving out money, so I accepted it. All I'm saying is, what are you buying for lunch where you spending $100 plus on lunch? I'm pretty sure your lunch.
But she broke it down. She did break it down. She
broke it down like where she was ordering from.
No, she was like, she buys a drink, an alcohol beverage. She buys an appetizer.
I hope our employers see that. Arrest her, get her, fire her.
But I'm just, what I'm saying is, she said she buys a drink, she buys an appetizer, she gets the main course, and then she gets dessert.
Bro, it's happy hour. You still ain't spending $100. It's happy hour.
Happy hour lunch?
Yes, they have after dinner and lunch.
Happy hour is definitely still it's gonna be cheaper. You get deal.
Yeah. The lunch crowd, you get the happy hour, you get the after work happy hour. And I know she only got 30 minutes. Everybody will give you an hour.
I don't think she has a regular. I don't think she has a regular job. I think she's like an influencer or whatever.
So she make her own clock then.
Right.
So she make her own. So bitch, if you want to sit there and have a 3-hour lunch, that's on you. You want to go to the Chinese buffet and have a 3-hour lunch, that's on you. How you gonna say, oh, I spend this amount? You buying alcohol, you work for yourself. So you setting the wrong precedent anyway, because I'm thinking you working for if I let me buy you lunch, I'm thinking, or he's thinking, the normal lunch break is 30 minutes to an hour.
Right.
And you're not eating a bunch because you still have dinner. Lunch is something to hold you over. Something small to hold you over into the actual meal. So if you're spending $100, you sitting there buying crab cakes and drinks and shit, sure to go sit somewhere. Go sit down.
I don't know. My husband be like, I was with you to lunch today, and he sent me $25. Be like, yo, I'd be like, you know what I could get for $25? Even then, I'd be like, I'm not spending this whole $25 on lunch.
God forbid, if you say, baby, send me money for lunch, right?
Mhm.
And I say, all right, how much? If you say anything over $30, I'm say, damn, who you paying for? What the hell are you eating? Straight up, bro. You trying to buy lunch for them bitches at work too? Like, that's what I'm thinking. $30
But
is more.
usually when I say, is my sweet husband, are you buying me lunch? And this is usually when, not to share our business, but usually when he gets paid and I haven't got my check yet. And I'll be like, Devin, you gonna buy me lunch today? He don't even ask me. He automatically either sends me 25 to 30.
Because what I think is a fair lunch.
But even with that, I don't use the full 25, 30. I'll go up to like 15, and that's including tax and including like tip.
Because I'm looking at it, if you go past 30, then you on your own.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Shit, I was heartbroken. I went to
30 is generous, bro, because ain't nobody spending that. If I buy lunch, I spend $10 on lunch.
The only difference is I have to get it delivered. There's no place around me to go. So I have to pay.
So you probably gotta pay a little extra, like a tax.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gotta pay a little extra when you gotta.
So 25 to 30 is fair.
Right. I think it's fair. I'm not spending the whole 25, 30. I just want you to know. Well, I shouldn't have said that, but
bro, I'm always send in that amount. I would never send more. Again, I'm saying because I think that's a fair lunch price.
I think again, a guy who don't know you, and I'm your wife, right? And we've been together forever. And so, and you said at 25, 30. A nigga who don't know you never gave him the punani, he hasn't even met you face to face. I think $30 is a lot.
Yeah, because he's thinking it's lunch. What can you be possibly buying for lunch? Everything that you should be buying for lunch should be less than $30.
Right.
So that's the whole like frame of mind. Like, well, you get lunch, you get a salad, you get a sandwich. You might treat yourself to a nice kombucha or some shit. But everything that you buy is even if you get a burger and fries at a local fucking deli or somewhere, you still ain't spending more than $30. So it's like you get a fucking club sandwich or something. You never spend more than that. So
yeah, you're not gonna spend more. You know what's the crazy part? I got close one time. One of my lunches was rushed. Some shit happened, so my kind of got cut short, so I didn't go to my usual route for lunch. So I went to a place close by, bought some wings and some fries. That shit total wings, fries, and the beverage. That shit
$20.
Huh? No, that shit came up to $27.
$27.
But this nigga brought wings and a burger. See, he a greedy nigga.
No, I said wings and fries and a beverage.
Oh, you said a beverage. I thought you
no burger. I was heartbroken. I'm like, when they set the price, I swear to God, I was about to say, nah, I can't.
$27?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That should have been no more than
that's the closest I ever got to 30 on the lunch. I ain't never doing that shit again.
Because the wings should be like $10, and then those fries should be another $6, and then another drink. The drink should be another $3-4.
But it's the same concept when I hate when the doctor buys us lunch, and there's 8 of us. And the doctor buys us lunch, and these girls buy shit they know they wouldn't buy with their own money. It's the same concept.
That's
it's
the thing. People be trying to treat themselves like shit. Okay, you gonna buy me lunch? All right, I'm about to order crab legs for lunch.
Yeah, but see that's a courtesy thing. So it's like if you know someone's like spotting you or looking out for you, you know, like I'm not gonna go crazy.
You don't You would think
I'm gonna get something simple.
I'm not gonna OD
unless the person says, "Yo, you want to get a little more?" Like it's not me. Then it's like,
or if the person say, "Yo, we ordering from this place," now you know that place is expensive, so you be like, "Damn, you sure?"
Right.
Like, yeah, I got you. I bet. You know, you get what I'm saying? But if it's like, "Yo, what you want for lunch? I got you. Let's get Ruth Chris." Like, man, I ain't ordering you shit ever else in life. Because now you're trying to take advantage of me.
The people be trying to get over it.
And that's why I don't buy people lunch. Your ass ain't getting nothing
Either
from
way,
me,
He buy me lunch. Don't let him fool
other
you.
than my wife.
but I would have
Now, when I be
thought,
at work, they be like, Devin, you ain't gonna treat your staff to lunch. No. Because y'all niggas be
Because
doing
I
too
think
much.
again, it comes down to you know who you with, right? So Devin knows who he's with, and he know when I say, "Can you buy me lunch?" He know I'm thinking something like small, nothing crazy. I'm not thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna order Outback Steakhouse or I'm gonna order Applebee's." In his mind, he like, "Okay, she just doesn't have it, so she gonna order something for 15, 20, or $15." I think the problem comes with this nigga. You don't know this bitch. So you sent her $30 thinking that was gonna be enough. But her whole thing is my budget for myself when I take myself out to eat is $100.
Again, he was basing it on the assumption of what do people eat for lunch? What is the going rate for a regular lunch? You got 30 minutes. What do you normally buy for lunch? Pizza, burger, sandwich, something very simple
and quick.
but full.
You trying to eat? You trying to eat?
Yeah, you trying to eat
That's
and get back to
possible.
work. You trying to eat something that's gonna hold you over and
Right.
get back to work. So with that, you're not spending like that, and that's the whole mind state. Now, see if he said, "Let me treat you to dinner," and then possibly him sending like $30, I can see him be like, "Well, shit, dinner, dinner price is a little bit more expensive, but lunchtime, you are eating. It's very minute. You're not eating a bunch." So he's looking at it like nobody should be spending more than $30, and I agree. Nobody should be spending more than $30. I remember one time at my job. The reason why I don't even buy these niggas lunch because one person fucked it up for everybody, right? So we just had our inspection and shit. We did good or whatever. We got like above standard and shit. We just got paid. I'm like, bet. I'm gonna treat y'all to lunch, right? It's a taco place by the spot. I'm like, yo, write out what y'all want. I'm gonna place the order, and like we good. Boom, they send me their order. One particular staff, I ain't gonna put on blast. She got 3 tacos, side horchata, rice and beef, just a bunch of shit. I know her broke ass won't order herself. And I told them straight up, I ain't ordering y'all nothing. Try to take advantage of me. I don't like that. And I didn't order them lunch. And then they were like, yo, it's one person trying to do that. Now they ready to snitch on her and shit. Because I guess they had a conversation like about it. And she must have said in her conversation, like, shit, if he treating, I'm out the OD. And somebody within the group told her not to, because I ain't gonna tell the person who snitched on her. But they told me like, yo, we told her she was doing too much. And I'm like, well, thank you for your honesty, but I ain't giving y'all ass nothing. Like, and that's, y'all ain't gonna ever get nothing from me again because I don't respect that. Dad tried to order like 3-4 tacos, a bunch of sides, double baths and shit, like trying to buy shit for the crib.
No, it's crazy.
And I'm looking at,
right.
Go ahead.
I'm saying, not to cut you off, anything, but even if I had the money, like to buy all that unnecessary extra shit or everything,
yeah, you ain't gonna take advantage of me though. I don't like that.
No, he's saying even if he had the money.
Yeah, if I had the money, I'm still.
No, not you. Like the person who's putting in the order.
I'll still be mad at that person. Like, yo, you going crazy? Like,
Oh
yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I can have the money. It wasn't a matter of the money. I had the money to buy it. Mm-hmm. It just, I see your orders. I see what you eat on a regular with your 10-piece nuggets and shit. And now I say I'm a treat, and now you OD. I don't like that. Yeah. So I told their ass right in there. Yeah, it's quiet. Y'all better buy y'all own lunch, cause I'm not bad. And they were like, don't buy that person lunch because they were disrespectful and all this stuff. So I'm trying to get them to tell each other too. So I'm like, who? Because it was just a large ass order. I'm like, who put this? And they're like, man, somebody trying to OD. We told her not to, put all that extra stuff, and she was trying to take advantage. And I'm like, well, who? Because I won't order them shit. They try to be like, they try to snitch but not tell at the same time. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't buying y'all shit. It's quiet. Don't ask me again. Well, not even ask, because they didn't ask me. It was me trying to be a good supervisor, show my appreciation, and
Try to take
she tried to take advantage of me. Now I buy their ass donuts and water, and they be mad. I come in there with a box of donuts, and that's about as far as it's gonna go.
I love when they bring us cookies. We always cookies.
Oh, she dare try to play me.
I'm just saying, as a woman, we need to stop. And again, as a woman, I would never say, well, I spent $100 on myself. Even let's just say I'm not single, but let's just say if I was single, me saying that line, I spent $100, I should spend $100 on myself, but that doesn't mean the nigga who don't even know me personally should spend $100 on me either.
How am I supposed to know that?
Even if you know that, that's still a freaking lie. You ain't spending $100 on lunch.
Word.
None.
Never. Not nobody.
Unless you not going to work after and you really on some like going out for lunch and treating it like a dinner. That's the only time maybe you go over.
I don't know.
Possibly.
I feel like this really backfired on her, and now she's feeling the repercussions of
turn off your comments and shit.
Yeah, now it's all like whispers and shit. Like now you want to take down the video and shit. Now leave that shit up.
She played herself.
Leave that shit up. Let niggas know who you are.
That was stupid. $30 is more than enough for a regular everyday lunch. Because you give me $30 for lunch, I might be able to flip that shit into 3 days of lunch. Two at best.
Listen,
and all I eat for lunch is smoothies. But I can still go to the bodega and get a burger and fry for 2 days with that $30. I can go get me a motherfucking sandwich. I can go get a bunch of shit with that $30.
Yeah, you could. There's certain places you could stretch that lunch into that $30 into 3 lunches.
Facts.
She looks stupid, but
Yeah,
I just want to see what you guys gonna say.
My lunch today was what, $8, $9. It was technically breakfast, but it was my lunch break. But I only spent what, eight and change or 9 and change. I get 3 of those for that 30. There you go.
That's what I'm saying. So she OD. I want to know what's her normal lunch. That's the question somebody should ask. What do you normally have for lunch? She said, yeah, I buy a drink. And where you buying this drink from? Where you eating this food from? What you actually ordering from that restaurant? What type of drink are you getting? You trying to buy lemon drops and shit? Come on, man. You top shelf lemon drop. Just doing the most for no reason.
She was just trying to get the shit, you know? She was just trying to get a quick come up. She should have thought about it. This random person there sent me $30. She should have been grateful, took it. You know what's crazy? She probably could have got her $100 in increments. If you would have kept buying her lunch, she'd have had the 100.
Start your OnlyFans.
What? No?
I wonder if she send the money back.
I don't know if she send that money back.
So how you want to talk shit but then send the money back? Because then I'll be like, can I get my money back?
Well, if she sent the money back then, I guess, but I know she didn't do it.
Yeah, I know I can't say that shit.
Because if she sent the money back, would that make it better?
It would. Because it's like, all right, pay what you weigh, that's what you own. Gotta respect it and check it.
Okay.
But we kept that shit and about a business. Thank you, but no thank you.
Shit.
Opening conversation for you guys.
Well, there goes our opening conversation.
Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of Another City Opinion Podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree, and my host in the back, my guy Dev. Down all done.
Yo,
So we're gonna just jump right into it. It was gonna be the closer for today's episode, but we're gonna just jump right into it. For those who don't know, Wendy Williams has a documentary. It's a documentary series. I don't know how many episodes. I think the second episode aired on Lifetime already, but it wasn't on Hulu yet. But when I went to Hulu, they had the one episode. It was an hour 21 minutes long. If you want, you to check it out, see it for yourselves, see how But it just gets into like the whole history of Wendy Williams, how she got her start, her struggles, and everything. Obviously, she has some health issues, and that's where she's been. She dialed it back these past couple of years, and then also dealing with her divorce from her husband. That's also taking a toll on Wendy.
did he
But
take money from her, or like did he win like some money with a divorce? A nice
I want to
super
say,
chain?
I don't. They didn't get into if he actually took. Well, in this
Or
part,
he got alimony or some shit.
you probably did, but in this part, I don't know if they'll dive into it in another part.
Yeah.
But I didn't recall seeing a part where they said like he was like stealing money from her. But I think somewhat people feel like he kind of hindered her. It got to a certain point, right? Because he was her husband and her manager.
Uh,
So maybe that accusation will come eventually, but
on
I
some
didn't get
daddy
that.
shit.
You know,
On that Monique daddy shit.
but her husband was her manager, and they basically said at one point like it was hindering the stuff. When you, the one thing I would say, the one thing I kind of say I dislike about it is the fact like Wendy, we know what Wendy does. She talks shit about people. That's basically how she got she got in the
That's
game.
her career. Yeah.
So I just felt like she it sounded like she was, but I feel like she should have been a little more acceptance of the fact that you talk shit a lot about a lot of people, and sometimes a lot of shit you were saying was not true. So for certain people to feel a type of way about you, you shouldn't be mad at, And I feel like somewhat she knows that certain people don't rock with her because how she went with it. But in the same way, she still wants people to. And she said it. She said respect her hustle. That was the words she chose. She's like respect her hustle. But it's like, come on now. You can't just be throwing random mud on people.
Well, again,
Hoping,
nobody. Yeah, that gossip columnist. It's not a respected profession. Nobody's ever respected it, and so because you were one of the bigger names in it, especially when it came to Black Hollywood and Black stories, you've been one of the faces. Again, a lot of stuff was hearsay or made up bullshit based on maybe a tidbit of truth. She made a career of making fun and making light of real people's situations. So unfortunately, I'm empathetic that she's in the condition that she's in now, but at the same token, you can't expect people that you wrong to be like, oh, Wendy's sick now, so I'm gonna respect her hustle and like not think about what she did or might have said about me throughout the duration of my career or her career, and while she was on top and shit. I think people can have empathy, but people can't turn off what you said.
Mhm.
You said what you said, and that's never gonna change.
And she's someone who always stood on what she said, even if it was wrong. She stood on what she said.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, it don't matter. If it's truth or not, I'm just reporting what I heard type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a mess. It's very messy. And it's a lot of people that do that, but I don't know many of them that's respected. Like nobody really fucks with the person that does that type of work. And so that's just what it is. You take a nasty job like that, it comes with the territory, you being not liked or not respected by, your peers and stuff like that. I think if you want people to respect your hustle, a part of your hustle is knowing that you're going to be labeled as the bad guy. And so you accept that, knowing that knowing if this is the career that you're going to take. I think you have to be at peace with people not fucking with you because that's what comes with the job.
Also, two more things that was a little crazy in the documentary. One, everyone talks about her famous interview with Whitney Houston. She talked about she came at Whitney for like the drug stuff and everything. Come to find out, Wendy Williams was addicted to cocaine.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah, I know that. I just felt like the way she approached that interview, approaching someone basically with drug habits or drug issues.
Yeah.
You would think if you have your own drug issues,
Yeah,
you wouldn't be so harsh on another person with drug issues.
I think the difference was that Whitney was like America's sweetheart. She was like this loving person, and everybody turned a blind eye to.
And it's versus functional drug addicts too, because Wendy could be a cokehead. Wendy was a crackhead.
But Whitney addressed that too. Whitney said like she got money. She told her, she said, I got money. Like, why would I do crack? I have money. Basically saying like, into her cocaine usage.
No, I'm saying that Whitney wasn't a functioning addict.
But it's what the popcorn, the kettle black. It's like what they both
call the kettle black.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
But it's. I mean, did you?
They both
you just said right now that you didn't know Wendy was doing drugs because she was functioning. She was an everyday doing her show and her.
But Whitney looked like a drug addict,
right? We knew when Whitney was going through it.
But also, when she says here her career, when she first started, when her drug addiction started, no one was seeing Wendy like that. She was in the radio. There wasn't really cameras in the radio station like that.
But even so, John, even if she was when her show was on and she was still on drugs, you didn't know Wendy was on drugs. But you knew when Wendy was on drugs.
That's understandable, but that's definitely understandable. But it's two different spotlights. You definitely see more of one than we've seen of the other.
That's true.
So you bound to like if someone that does it, you're gonna see it eventually because you're constantly seeing them. Whitney was pretty huge, and that they also with that part they kind of I guess Wendy wasn't even though they didn't really have issues like that, but Wendy was just basically saying the image they try to portray for Whitney, that, like her whole point was to try to show everyone like Whitney is not how they perceive how they what.
Yeah, see that's the fucked up part about it because you as a sister trying to break the image, this other black woman's image. So Whitney is America's sweetheart, soul sister and shit. You like, nah, I'm gonna show y'all this bitch is a drug addict.
Yeah, basically, they talk about how Wendy was saying like certain things, and when she got the interview, everyone got to see Whitney in a different light because the way Whitney was talking to her and everything. But it's like, damn, but that they do talk a little more about that interview. But I don't think it was one of those interviews that could have went left, but probably went left a couple of times, but somehow ended on a solid note.
Right.
But they talked about that. When he talked about Total, she said some shit about the group Total, and they pulled up on her, tried to beat her ass.
Because again, this is a part of the game. If you in that gossip columnist, shit, you know what come with the territory. That guy, what's the gay guy who was popular in that Hollywood Unlocked? Jason, he's now somewhat, building his rapport in a good way. But he at one point, niggas was pulling up on him. Niggas wouldn't talk to him because of the gossipy shit he was doing. Like, when you in that career, you know what comes with the territory. Fucking Charlamagne used to be with Wendy Williams. Niggas want to pull up on him. Like, y'all know this is what comes with the game. So if you're gonna be in it, then you got to understand this is what, because again, you are fucking with somebody's reputation and image, and ultimately that could affect somebody's money and their livelihood. So again, Wendy Williams definitely took that shit 360, because I don't think anybody first, saw her being as big as she was with, with the show and all that and shit. But a part of that, you talking shit about people gonna see you, people ain't gonna fuck with you. And so now that you at your lowest point, you might not have a bunch of people coming to support you or aid you or anything like that, because you did say a lot of foul shit about a lot of people.
I'm saying, also, I think it took place in the 80s. The other thing I was going to talk about that she talked about in the documentary, she basically said a big R&B star in the 80s basically asked her out, but ended up getting her into the hotel room, and
I feel like I vaguely heard something about that. Where
she said that this R&B artist, SA, forces what, force.
Yeah, right, yeah. I feel like I vaguely heard about this before.
And she said she was going to name him, and I guess they were trying to tell her not to do it, but she said, "I'm going to name him," but she didn't name him. I thought she was going to name him. I was like, "Oh, drop the name." That would have been crazy. She would have dropped the name on the documentary, but
why not? She dropped everybody else now.
But she didn't. She chose. She said what she said. She said, "I'm gonna choose to let him live," or something along the lines of that. I'm gonna choose to let him live. That was the word she chose to say after she said she was gonna name him a couple of times, and I guess people in the background was trying to tell her not to do it.
Yeah.
While they were shooting it, but the way she ended it was, "I'm just gonna let him live." So, but I again see. That's something that's also, I feel like, is detrimental, because if that's what happened to you, you should say something, because what if this person's still doing those same activities to other people,
And then again, why didn't you say something when you was at your highest? Because you want to say something about this person now. What's the point? When you had the world's ears and you were talking about everybody else who might have done something like that, I'm pretty sure she might have talked about R. Kelly. I'm pretty sure she probably talked about other people who had salacious backgrounds. Why, when you had the world looking at you or listening to you, why didn't you say, I too dealt with a situation like that with this person? I'm not going to allow this demon to continue to do what he or she done to me to other people.
Yeah, I think she should have just named him, but
she should have been named a long time ago if this is a true account.
I believe it happened in the late 80s. I watched it, I watched the documentary earlier, episode 1, but I believe it happened in the late 80s. She was starting to get hot in the radio scene. She's, climbing up the radio scene, and, she said
But
that.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, as a lot of times during that time, I could see her being like, this could mess up my career. And so I'm not going to say anything. But Wendy had the world at one point. So she had the space to be able to speak her truth. You get what I'm saying? Like, she had the opportunity to talk about her situation and the person that allegedly assaulted her. So she had the space to do it. What's the reason not when you're talking about everything else?
But it was I am a fan of documentaries, but I ain't say biggest fan of Wendy Williams, but anyone who's fan of her I feel like would enjoy. I feel like they would enjoy
who
it.
have been fans of her are saying that they wish this was never made because they feel like it's another way to take money from her family to use her for the money. So again, that's what I'm saying. I've seen a lot on TikTok where people who fuck with her, like Jason Lee and Charlamagne the God, are saying like, "Yo, this is dumb because this is another way to milk Wendy."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So basically, they saying she's not. I don't know. That's a possibility, but from what I saw, it was like she was in control of and how everything like it all came together. Like she's controlling. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong on this, but I feel like she has a hand in controlling the narrative of this documentary.
but that's not what I've been seeing. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm saying I could be wrong, but that's just what it seemed like when I
I'm
watched it.
saying from watching the episode,
Oh,
what it looks like. It don't look like she's being controlled or anything. It looks like she's a willing participant and probably playing a major part in the direction of the interview or documentary.
It could be.
It's not like a person like her husband's there talking for her.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? It's like she's just standing there and the person's like, well, Wendy, tell him about the time when you and remember this and all that. Then she's like talking about it's her bringing up the conversations, talking about different things. So it's hard to blame other people because you are the one who is engaging in the conversation.
Right.
Well,
I can see that.
I could be wrong, but that's just how it looked to me, you know. But y'all want to check it out? Y'all can check it out. If not, it's supposed to be. I don't know how many episodes this is gonna be, but episode 1 is out. To be consumed, and you know, it is what it is. Let's get into a new trailer. You know, a little throwback to our childhood. That X-Men 97 trailer dropped. You know, the continuation of the X-Men series from when we was all kids.
Fox Kids.
Yeah, so you know that continuation. Trailer looked dope, but I ain't really digging the animation.
The animation is a little weird in a sense.
It's different.
It's
not
it's different. It's the same, but it's different. It's like it's like somebody took an old comic book and just like put the contrast up. It's like watching an old show, but somebody just turned the contrast all the way up on the TV and shit. It's like very bright in a way. Like they try to keep it true to the original, but it's very loud. The colors. But again, it takes me back to, you know, Fox Kids, Saturday cartoons. One of my favorite cartoons growing up.
Yeah.
Watching the X-Men. Because two of my favorite, Gambit and Jane used to be the shit to me. Not Jane, Rogue. First off, I thought Rogue was fine as hell as a kid, the cartoon. I thought she was.
They nerfed Rogue, man.
What happened?
Apparently, they nerfed her.
They nerfed her?
Basically, yeah. They basically said because if you go to the older cartoon, the way they drew her was a little more.
Oh, sexified.
Yes, how she is in the new cartoon.
I believe it because so I wasn't tripping. Rogue was sexy as hell as a kid.
Let's just say she went from having all that junk in her trunk.
Yeah, Rogue had hips. Yeah, see? They fucking up. Rogue had hips growing up. I remember. I ain't stupid.
Because the Rogue, even in that the X-Men, the first few movies, she was like paper.
Yeah, she was trash. That Rogue was trash. They got to get Rogue. Got to be some. I don't know, but they got these skinny girls. Rogue from the cartoons, she was thick.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Rogue was OD powerful at that point. When the Rogue that we had in the cartoon, she could fly. She had super like she at that Rogue was the Rogue that stole Captain Marvel's powers. Like,
right.
So that was the Rogue that we had in the cartoon. The Rogue that we had in the movie
was trash.
Yeah, she You know, she ain't really could do shit but take.
No,
people
literally,
down.
Rogue is one of the strongest X-Men and shit. Like Rogue is really
Like
tough.
she really is though.
So they definitely downplayed her in original X-Men, but I guess she was supposed to grow into a character. But it's good to see 97. I'm just hoping for better days for Marvel. I want to get because the Marvels was not the best. And so I just want to see better quality content from Marvel. And I'm hoping 97. I'm hoping with Deadpool, we start to get into the next generation of Marvel films and TV, that we get some quality shit. But it look okay. I'm excited to see what they do with it though. Baby, did you actually used to watch X-Men?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
No, because Lois used to watch X-Men and she used to have the TV. To be honest, it doesn't. I mean, it looks like I don't know. They look weird in the cartoon.
I bet.
They look weird in this cartoon. I don't know. I used to love the cartoons where they used to walk like where their arms used to stay straight and they used to walk like this.
What cartoon?
Like all the cartoons, like when they used to walk, they used to just walk like this.
Okay.
And you could tell like it was cartoon. Like you can tell it was these animations. I'm talking about like superhero cartoons, like even X-Men, Superman, like the way they used to walk.
I feel like Disney should drop Saturday cartoons. Like,
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I think after reading what this apparently, I think these cartoons needs to be free from Disney.
Yeah.
People in the comments is going crazy because they said one of the characters apparently is in the upcoming cartoons gonna be non-binary, and people like that shit wasn't even a thing in '97. But
Chameleon. Non-binary. Right there. Mystique. Non-binary. And Mystique used to be bad as hell too on the cartoon. Yo, Mystique used to have that slick dress with those tig old bitties, bro.
Mystique she was a woman.
I'm just saying Mystique was bad. I'm pretty sure she ain't gonna look as good as she did when we were shorties. John already said Ro got a breast reduction.
apparently she got not breast, booty.
Right, got a booty reduction. Yo, Rogue had hips, bro. And Mystique had thighs.
And this is the difference between girl and boy, because at that age, I wasn't looking at no fucking Rogue or anything being thick.
John, you was looking, weren't you? Don't lie.
Bro, I watched the cartoon. I can say I wasn't like comprehending like, oh my god, like the shit. You know, you're a little older than me, Dad. So
I got what, 2 years on you, bro?
That's 2 years of evolution. That's enough.
Nah, bro. It's
That's
okay.
enough.
It's okay. You know what was up.
Cause that makes you an 80 baby. We wasn't no 80s baby, we was 90s.
I'm an 80s baby. I was born in 88. 80 baby. People in the 80s don't even consider me. Because they say you ain't even see the 80s.
Oh yeah, so Dad, you got
look how he's walking.
Look how he's walking. 3 years on me. So yeah, like I said, the evolution process is a little different.
Sure, John.
Look how they walk. Like they always walk.
And they gonna bring back my nigga Omega Red.
They should bring him back.
I'm just saying the difference between girls and guys was when we was watching the show, we wasn't saying, oh, she was thick. Oh, she had ass. Oh, where's her ass now? Like, who was watching that for that?
I wasn't watching, but it was noticeable.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was back in our day.
It was a fucking cartoon. Wasn't even a real person.
Yeah, back in our day, it was a conversation.
It wasn't a conversation at all.
The same way you be looking at the Incredibles and Mrs. Incredible, and you be like, "Yo, she's thick as fuck."
That's true.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But
I'm not watching Incredibles.
That's more of a conversation now. Like when you look back at it, and you see the images as us older looking back at it, it's like, yo, we was kids. They had us watching this. Like, damn, what? That's crazy. It's a little different. Maybe some people had the conversation then, but
is the regarding X-Men, is it gonna be in the Marvel universe, whereas animated what's happening animated also will affect the actual live action?
I don't think so.
So it'd be a different universe.
I think it's just gonna be a different standalone.
Okay. Because you know how they doing the Spider-Man cartoon, which is going to be in the universe, the Homecoming or the college shit is going to be a cartoon show, but it's going to be based in the same universe of him, Peter, the Tom Holland Spider-Man. So it's going to be an animated series, but it's still in the universe.
So I don't know, maybe.
No, that's what they said it's gonna be.
No, I'm saying I'm not talking about Spider-Man. I'm just talking about X-Men because remember, X-Men takes place in '97.
Right.
So Tom Holland's not even born yet. I don't think.
But I'm just saying, in that universe, Deadpool is about to jump around.
Oh yeah,
so would Deadpool be on? Because Deadpool could be on 97.
They could, but that's the crazy thing. That cartoon used to have the crossovers. Spider-Man, they used to all
right. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying with the way that the timeline is and shit. They could have fucking Ryan Reynolds Deadpool show up on 97 at some point.
That would be crazy. Imagine they do that in the movie.
And that would connect the animation with the live action.
It could be,
And then again, like the Fantastic Four, it's supposed to be taking place in like the 60s. But it's still gonna be a part the new Fantastic Four is supposed to be happening like in the fucking 60s. And they're gonna time travel up into today. So like with time travel they can connect everybody.
That's true. Like I told Ed, time travel, multiverse, everybody can.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They can use the X-Men, Spider-Man animated shows to introduce characters where they don't have to do a full-length movie to put people in.
But shit, man. Like I said, animation, I wasn't too thrilled for, but it has to be as edgy as it was when we was kids. I don't want a straight child show. It has to be like that. We watched it as kids. It has to have that edge to it.
What you mean edgy? Because it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a kid cartoon. It had grown elements in it.
Oh yeah, definitely had mature parts of the show. Definitely.
That's what I mean. Like it was like some,
because you had the love triangle and shit. Like,
they probably not gonna dabble in that. They ain't gonna probably dabble in relationships. That's what I know Disney's doing their thing, but I ain't the biggest fan of Disney owning shit because everything's just straight for the kids.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, damn, for the adult fan.
I don't know.
What about us grown folks?
Y'all have Deadpool.
You watch that shit, that shit might not be what it be. Who knows? It's under Disney.
No, it's been rated R.
Yeah, but
it might not be the same as it was prior to this.
It might give it a rated R rating just to tell everybody, and when you go watch it, that shit really PG-13.
And it don't be as no holds bar as Deadpool was.
But I'm still interested,
Yeah, our goofy ass still gonna watch it, so it don't make no sense even act like we not.
But hey,
still gonna watch that shit with no problems.
can't wait till it comes out. Now, new music drops, so you know a lot. When the music drops, he's gonna be in the news a lot. Dev, our guy Ye, in the news constantly since that music drop. They removed his album, or I what believe it was Apple. It still went #1.
Mm-hmm.
He just he just said his piece about how Adidas is selling fake Yeezys and still they're selling him fake sneakers and they still suing him for $250 million.
What album they took off Apple?
It was some issue where the new album Vultures, it was on all the DSPs and then it went down, but now it's back on Apple Music and shit. Like they were fucking. It seemed like they were trying to fuck up the sales, but he still had #1 album and shit. So,
But yeah, so basically, they've been messing with yeah, still pushing through. So
still pushing through. What do you think of the album, John?
I've yet to listen to it. I gotta listen to it. I've yet to listen
crazy.
to it.
That's crazy.
No worry, I'll listen to it. I've yet to listen to it. I have not given it no time yet, but I will listen to the whole album.
It's a freaky ass album. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting like more of a more gospel.
Gospel uplifting.
Yeah, I was expecting more of that. This whole album is about sex.
Yeah, man. He got his new wife. That's what he's feeling.
That's what makes it confusing when then he goes, but I'm a man of God, and it's just like, to me, it's the flip-flopping, like, I don't know.
It's definitely different than the last album.
It's not really flip-flopping. It's just what he's going like. He made some music based on what he's feeling at the moment, and he has a whole new wife. He's probably feeling some new, that's what he's feeling, and that's what he channeled to make this album.
Yeah, but John, I think what you forget is Kanye is a father too. And so that to me, I wouldn't let my son or my daughter listen to this album.
I understand.
I mean, Blue on there. I mean, I said Blue.
North
is on there. One of the best songs on the album to me.
Yeah, I'm not glad that song. Her whole part is probably the best part of the whole album because I didn't hear the album, but that part is not that
song.
Yo, she said she hate that song, but the kids love that song, boy. They love that song. They sing that shit every day in my program, literally every day. So she definitely got the kids. But the album is okay. It's not one of my favorites. That's a future star
in the making. She got a hit song out. She played
10 years old. First 10 years old. First 10-year-old. It was some dumb shit like first 10-year-old girl with a #1 album. Like I saw some weird stat like that. First 10-year-old with a #1 type shit. But she definitely a star in the making. If taken care of right, because you know what I'm saying, we see a lot of kids that get overly exposed and stimulated, and then that happens to go, left.
That's gonna be her.
So I'm hoping that's not for North, but she definitely got the potential. She has star potential.
That's definitely gonna be her.
Again, I don't want to wish nothing bad on a 10-year-old.
It's not, but because of who her mom is and because of who her grandma is, it's known. Like,
yeah, not the best of places to.
Yeah.
And
build character.
You know what Dad is? He been fighting, man. He been fighting that fight.
And Dad ain't the best character builder either.
But Ye again is doing the same thing that has been to Kim and to all of them.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. Because he could tell North, yo, wait until you hit a certain age to do this music thing. Just be a kid. Be a kid. you don't want for nothing, you don't need nothing, and I get it, you're creative, but you allowed to just be a kid.
I felt like that verse was a kid verse. Like I feel like she
I'm
had
not
fun doing
saying
it.
that. I'm saying, John,
He
he
did it in the limelight, like just stand being a kid, doing kid things. That's what she's saying.
No, I understand that, but obviously, when you're a child of a famous person, it's a little different. You can still try to do kid things, but it's still gonna be like the camera's still on you regardless. It's still gonna be on you regardless.
I'm just saying, you don't.
She's getting older too, so it's like it's the.
But you don't hear nothing about Courtney's kids being in the limelight.
I mean, not really any of those kids from that family though. None of those kids are in the limelight.
They make their appearances on obviously the reality TV show, but other than that, they don't.
I'm saying they don't have no choice. But again, to piggyback on what my wife is saying, whereas although they are members of the most famous family in the world right now, they still not hyper exposed via social media and the platforms that they actually can have and do the most on. You get what I'm saying? Like Scott and Courtney's kids are, I think, older than Nora.
No, they are not all of them. I feel like
but
maybe like
they
one or
got
two
they got a few that's older than her. Whereas they could have used their family's popularity to do whatever it is they want to do and shit like that. But it seems as though they still are trying to remain somewhat innocent in the light of we don't want to be overly exposed ourselves. Whereas North is like, if y'all gonna record me, yes, I'm gonna give y'all a show type shit.
Yeah, but the only difference is she has the famous dad and she has the famous mom. That's a big difference. And Kim is the famous. She's the most famous one of the group.
But okay, so then explain this to me. Since we're talking about
that group
explain
family.
this to me.
She's the most
explain
famous.
Explain this to me, John, because what's the difference then of him exploiting her to do music and be on the album than Kim doing TikToks with her?
There is a difference. I understand.
What's the difference?
I understand your point, but it is a difference. What's
the difference?
One is a more controlled environment than the other.
There's a difference because the music is for consumption.
Not everybody's gonna listen to the Northwest song.
There's no back and forth in social media. That's not. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no commenting on music. It's not like she's doing it live. Whereas there's an interaction with a.
He said he didn't want her on TikTok. He didn't want her on TikTok because he didn't want her to be exposed. Like,
there's no
to the adult
music is only
TikTok.
is consumed. You bring it in. So,
but Johnny, the whole album is an adult content.
That's a fact. Now, so she's listened to her song is on a very mature album.
Right. So what's the thing? What's the difference?
Now that's a valid point because the music surrounding this album is not fitting for her song.
I understand, and it's a solid point, but the thing is, on TikTok, we're talking about the whole point on TikTok is a lot more. It's a lot more accessibility. Is a lot more. Let's just say, simple fact. She does the song's in a controlled environment. The album is mature, but when she's on TikTok or anything, let's just say there's a lot more predators around.
Yeah, I get
on
what
TikTok than there will be at her doing an album.
But again, the TikTok again. Kim is on there with her. It's only her and Kim doing those TikToks. Or if she's the only one in the camera, you hear Kim in the background. So it's not like she's on there doing her own thing and it's not being watched. What I'm saying to you is her listening to his album is worse than her doing TikToks with her mother.
Right.
Because
So
Dorian does TikToks with me. But again,
I don't let Dorian listen to all my music.
right. Do you get what I'm saying? And nor would Devin
You're
put.
not gonna let her listen to the
Then
crazy
that's a
song.
dumb thing to have her on the album. You ain't gonna let her listen to.
And I understand that point because again, it's also with other kids. If other kids want to hear that song, they got to come to this very mature album,
right?
To hear this non-mature song. So it ain't the best placement. That's a song that should have lived by itself. Because if you listen to that album, John, it ain't for kids. It ain't a kid album. It's very.
I'm gonna listen to it. I've been slacking. I'm gonna listen to it.
It's definitely a mature album, and that's why, like, every time I listen to it, my whole take was, yo, this nigga Ye was freaky as hell. Like, he was on a beam, he was on some demon time, because this a freaky ass album. So for that point, I don't think this was the best place for this album. That song is not placed, shouldn't have been placed on this. It should have been its own Northwest moment type thing.
Yeah,
but he's agree. Right in the sense of hyper exposure to social media, but it's also a contradiction in a way, because you got your song, innocent song, your child's innocent song on an adult album. That's like having your child's YouTube channel on your OnlyFans page. If that makes any sense.
No,
right. That's why most couples have an adult page and then they have a family page.
That's what this album is like. Check out my child's YouTube channel, but you got to go through the Only page to get to it. The OnlyFans to get to it. So that's where the contradiction lies in this particular project.
I get it, but I just feel like obviously placement was wrong. It's not the best placement, but again, it's a more controlled environment than the other. One's more one you control one more than
how social media is open to the world. Yes.
But how do you control your daughter from not hearing this album?
I'm pretty sure.
When she goes to school and they want to hear her song, how do you control that she doesn't play the whole album?
Quick question. I didn't listen to the full song. I just only heard her part. In that full song, how crazy does it get in the song that she's on?
It don't get crazy.
It don't get crazy.
No, I'm just asking. I don't.
It don't because Ty Dolla $ign got a verse talking to his daughter. So it's only two verses, her verse and Ty Dolla $ign's verse.
So basically, it's basically one of the more lighthearted, or
it is
the only lighthearted track on the album.
It's the only song that's not sexual in nature.
So the way I see from the outside, because I don't know their relationship, but the way I'm perceived, I'm pretty sure she listens to her father, and her father probably told her, you can listen to that song, just can't listen to the rest.
You're not listening to me. What's to stop my kid and his kid from going to school and playing the whole album? Because here's the thing. If she's on this song, go ahead.
I would say that. Quick question. I think for certain shit, I could be wrong. You can't set up a parental advisory, especially if you set up a kid's phone. You can't set up a parental advisory.
Not for Apple Music.
I don't know about the DSPs, how that works.
No, I'm asking. I really don't know.
Not for Apple Music, because I was looking into it because Dorian wants to be on my Apple Music account, and you can't. You can't.
Okay.
Not for Apple.
I really don't know. That's why
I don't even know if you can for Tidal. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah. For Apple Music, I know. Well, I don't know about Tidal, but I know for Apple Music because Dorian asked me yesterday, so I was looking into it today to change my plan into a family plan and then put him on so he could use it for his tablet.
Right.
And there is no parental anything on Apple Music.
Apple Music doesn't really have the control that you will want for a young kid to surf and browse music. Okay. Maybe they should work on that.
I'm just saying, if she thinks, well, I'm on this album, this is my song, what's from stopping her to play the whole album? Yeah. And if that's the case, then that is, again, it's an explicit album. It's nasty. It's this guy. I was listening to it and I'm just like, yeah, after the third song, I'm not doing this.
And again,
This is porno.
so it is the social media is a world of its own. So yes, you want to limit your child's exposure to social media because there's a lot more that you can see and be exposed to via social media versus listen to an album. But in the same regard of what you said, the content, if I got on headphones and listen to that album, that's not something I want my 10-year-old to listen to. So God forbid, if I was to make a record with Dorian, and I made other records like that, I would have that as a standalone.
Good example. He has never heard Michael Jackson. Your song, Michael Jackson.
Never heard Michael Jackson.
We would not play that shit in this house.
Not when he around.
And it's because, again, it's not a song where
Suitable for children. It's not suitable for
right.
children.
But again, he does TikTok videos with me. I'm the one who makes the videos. I'm the one who posts them. And like Kim has said, she don't want to stop North from doing it because then you get curious. So she does it. Again, I know you haven't probably watched her TikToks, but a lot of the times it's with Kim in the video. Kim is in her TikToks.
Also, I got a quick question. In that same token, when she's away at school, what's to stop her from browsing and being on TikTok and making TikTok videos when she's at school?
Because I think Kim said that the school has like where it stops you from getting onto like certain websites.
Well, that's most schools. They have because when especially if you connect to the school's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Northwest got her own phone.
No, like if you connect to their Wi-Fi through your phone.
No, yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
She said North don't need their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, North don't need their Wi-Fi. She probably get that great service.
No, but like in my job, right? So like, or in Harrison, there's no internet service. They cut the internet. So you have to hook up to their Wi-Fi.
You can't get on the internet unless you're on the Wi-Fi. Okay.
Right. So like that's how they monitor if the staff is on TikTok or Instagram. So you can't really get onto social media.
You have to go through them.
Right. So I think Kim was saying like her school, that's how they limit, because there's a bunch of like high celebrities, high stuff like that, high.
Yeah, of course. They go to school with the top of the line.
So I think that's how they stop her from doing these things. So again, I get what you're saying, John, but it was like Kim has said, it is parental all the way. She's not allowed to do TikToks without Kim.
Okay. Or
an adult being in the room. So, but you can listen to Apple Music without Wi-Fi or without internet. And so all you gotta do is download the album before you leave your house in Wi-Fi, and now it's on your phone. You don't need the Wi-Fi.
That's true.
Well, again, I'm not shooting social media bail. Dorian's not on TikTok, although he does TikToks with you. Dorian don't have access to TikTok to go by himself. So although North might do TikToks with Kim in the back, if Kim ain't on the screen with her, she can't be exposed to other stuff. All I'm saying is Ye can't really say you can't do this, although he's right in the sense of because of what TikTok and social media has, you can't talk about one thing and then put your kid in a sexual space. And that's why I gave the YouTube on OnlyFans. You can't do that either. So it's like, I can't nitpick at you about my child being on social media or being on TikTok when then I just made a sexual album featuring my child.
It's true. But again, it's the struggle that it is.
Struggle of parenthood.
Say what?
The struggle of parenthood, especially being famous.
Yeah, it's, obviously all parents have, their issues raising kids, but it's just different when they're famous, and they probably 2 of the 10 most famous people on this planet.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that just happens to be her parents. Is 2 of the most famous people.
That's a fact, though.
So, but shout out to Northwest. That's that's the only part of the song I heard. Shit's fire, and Man, stop selling fake Yeezys, man. Let my guy here just do what he do.
Are they fake Yeezys? They
They're
from
not
Adidas.
fake. They just not paying him, but it's not fake.
They are, to him, they are basically making, he's not authorizing it. So if he, in his terms, is if he's not authorizing it, it's fake.
Right.
They're using the design, and they're removing his name from it and making colorways that he didn't basically authorize. So
I want to see how they're gonna look without the name on it though.
so technically, is it really a Yeezy sneaker if it doesn't say Yeezy on it?
Are they still calling it Yeezy, or they gonna call it a 350, or like just use the number Adidas 350 type shit, or whatever they call. I don't know the name of Yeezy.
But that's the thing. They're still using the Yeezy name. It's being sold as Yeezys.
Well, I gotta see them online to see how they put on the website, because I think we are calling them Yeezys, but I haven't seen them be available yet to say the Yeezy Boost 350. You get what I'm saying?
New
Like,
Yeezy. Let's see.
Like, when they're on the website, are they gonna say Yeezy, or are they gonna just say Adidas Boost 350 instead of Yeezy Boost 350?
18 hours ago, the steel gray Yeezy Boost 350
Where?
launch is to launch what's today's date? Thursday. Those Yeezys to drop Thursday.
Where are you getting that from?
Adidas News.
Are you on Adidas website?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yes, they still using Yeezy.
They're giving him the proper respect.
I mean, it ain't respect because they ain't paying them.
Well, this shoe was supposed to be a shoe that was in the vault that hasn't came out
Yeah.
since 20.
All these supposed to be votes and colorways that was already in a line to come. That's gonna be the excuse that they use. And we're gonna be 10 years down the line, they're gonna still be making these shits.
But yeah, they still holding it easy though. But the fight continues. Speaking of sneakers, I copping them Trump ones.
Them
Hell
shits
yeah.
ugly as hell.
Because, now I'm a Trump supporter. So I got to support him 100%.
The Trump ones. I'm not gonna lie. But like I was saying, Trump dropping the Trump ones, but for a person that's facing all types of charges, he's still winning these states. He's going to these things that they're having, and he's still beating people out. And it seems like the Trump engine is steamrolling its way to a 2024 election.
Look, they're trying to stop Trump, but look, I on my side of the world, Trump is the favorite. In my home, Trump is the favorite. So until they take him off the ballot or find a way where you can't write him in, can't stop Trump at this point.
They gotta lock him up, and they can't. You
That's
would
the only
think
way.
they'd be able to lock him up by now. All the shit they say he did, right?
That's the only way.
I'm copping them. I'm going to wear them to the rallies. Because you know what? I'm tired of fucking Biden.
Them shoes ugly as hell though.
I'm tired of Biden.
That's some ugly ass shoes. So I'll never.
Long live Trump. Long live Trump.
Can you imagine a Yeezy and Trump collab? They drop a
And them shit like $400.
They are $400. I'm not spending that, but long live Trump.
They look cheap, so I would never pay for them. But
You think they was made in China?
definitely,
That's just hilarious.
or North Korea.
Oh man, but you know the campaign's getting hot and he's winning. But someone they every week they say he removed from this state, that state. This week he's back.
Not that man. He's unstoppable.
But we shall see how it plays out. We'll keep y'all posted, see how it rolls. This obviously, you know, is a conversation we've had before, but this took place you can say last week ish. So Chris Brown was allegedly invited to the Celebrity All-Star game, and then NBA invited him, and then one of the NBA sponsors basically revoked his spot on the roster. So with stuff like that, obviously, you know, chances of him ever getting a Super Bowl is looking slim to none. If he's getting rejected to play in the Celebrity All-Star game, that's no offense, but it's a lower tier event compared to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, do you think Ruffle said they didn't do it, but do you think that they did it? And how does Chris Brown like?
I ain't mad at Ruffles for saying coming out saying nah, we ain't had shit to do with that. Like they stood their ground. But I just think it's dumb. Like at this point again, I just feel like we gotta let it go. And if not, leave him the fuck alone. Like, y'all inviting the man to uninvite him. Like, y'all bring an unnecessary energy to it, bro. Cause they like he like reaching out like, hey, I want to play in the All-Star, Celebrity All-Star game. Y'all reaching out to him. And then reneging. So it's like, yo, bro, y'all wasting my time. Y'all causing me unnecessary strife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think at this point, again, we all know the story. We all know they were kids. They were all young and dumb. Both of them. They both were wrong. Like, I just feel like let it go at this point. I think he showed some maturity in the sense of he ain't the man or the boy he once was.
Especially now having girls, and it seems like he only has one boy and a bunch of girls.
So if Karma's a B, he definitely got one.
Right.
But he seemed to be a good dad.
You know what I think is, and I know she ain't gonna do it, but I feel like the only way we can get over this shit.
The Rihanna endorsement.
She needs to come out and say, you know, I've forgiven Chris. I've moved past on it.
I think y'all should too.
I think it's time for us to move past on it. He's a great artist.
Right.
And
that
I have kids. I have a son now. And she has 2 sons. And if Karma ain't a bitch because he got girls, she got boys.
Right.
And she'll be pissed if her boy made a mistake and now can't get out of this fucking shit. You get what I'm saying? So Karma's a bitch. So I think what we need is for Rihanna to say, listen, I forgave him. I've forgiven him. I've forgotten. We need to move past this shit. I would never do music with him, but his music is his music. And we can't keep holding it against Chris.
And again, not taking that from him. She know how great of an artist he is.
It's just unfortunate. Like, I would like to see him get the Super Bowl thing, but again, he's struggling to get this.
And don't get me wrong. For Chris to be shunned and to be blackballed, he still makes a lot of noise. His concerts, his productions, everything, his videos, his music, his sales, they still make a lot of noise. So like at some point we need to get over this hump. And again, like I said, I think the only way for that is for Rihanna to come out and verbally say like, guys, we need to let this shit go.
I think that would be the only way, but I don't know if that will ever happen.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it will, because I think she thinks she's gonna get the backlash. But it's okay. I feel like it's okay for her to come out and say, yo, he was young, I was young, we were young. Like, I feel like he's learned from it. He got girls now, he got kids now. Like, we need to let this go, guys. Like, let this go. And at this point, she won't even be shunned because she's Rihanna.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, what we gonna say?
Her image probably it'll still take a hit. She's still who she is. She's still gonna make the money she's gonna make, but she will take somewhat of a hit.
I think it'll show growth in on both sides.
Right. Especially in the Black community, a lot of people keep saying like we need to get over this shit with Chris. Like this shit is getting to a point where it's like, okay. Especially since we've heard the story that she physically touched him and hit him, and he had marks, and he in the police report he had all this stuff too. Like it wasn't like she was just sitting there getting the shit beat out of her. Like they were both putting their hands on each other. So at some point,
even with that, a man putting hands on a woman is always gonna be wrong.
I don't know, John. Well, I'm just letting you know. I don't believe in that.
But again, you gave the perfect example. Again, she has boys now. And if one of her boys or both boys was to be young and make such a it's a large mistake, but a mistake that they can grow from, and the world continues to hold them to it, she'd be like, yo, that's unfair. Because my boys are so much more than this one mistake.
Right.
But since we're on the Chris Brown topic, you know, Suge Knight has his podcast that he does from jail, and basically he compared, he talked about the Chris Brown thing, and he basically compared Chris Brown to Dr. Dre because obviously Dr. Dre had, his past situation, so he made the comparison between the two artists, which I understand, but I feel like people always forget. If had it been any other female or maybe a lower tier star, maybe people would get past it more. Not saying that's a good thing, but since it was Rihanna who it happened to, and she is one of the biggest stars today, also one of the biggest stars ever. That's why it continues to always hinder him and hold him back, because
I think it's also the time also, whereas we know there's been these accusations against Dre, but when he was doing it, it wasn't a social media era where people actually gave a fuck about what people were really doing in their personal life the way we do now. So it's a lot of different times. And so that's why a lot of weirdo people in Hollywood still are working in Hollywood, because it's a different time. It's a different time.
That's true. Times are different, so it's hard to compare eras when times are completely different.
Yeah.
Even though it's not okay,
how the fuck is Suge doing
But Suge is the wrong message though, of course, although he could be saying the real. Again,
you hear Bree? They call him and he talks on the phone.
You fucking Suge Knight.
How much time does jail give you to talk on the phone?
She'll get all the time he wants.
Oh, I thought there was a certain time. I mean,
She'll got a whole production set up in them.
As long as obviously he get some type of benefits to
a lot of prisons have different programs and shit. Probably got a media program where they teach them how to use certain shit, and shit found the way to use it. Like, yeah, I'm my podcast.
Okay. I was just confused on how
some astonishing stuff. She has a whole podcast out of jail.
Because podcasts usually take about an hour or two.
I mean, shit, they got nothing but time in that motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
That is true.
So if your brother calls you and he has the money, he could be on the phone with you for an hour?
We be on. You can see how long me and fucking Bob be on there when he called. It would be about a good 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So
episode 12, Collect Call with Suge Knight. Episode 12 is 35 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
See, just about right.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It can't be longer than that. I don't think Suge, even if he has the money on his books, can go over a 35-minute conversation.
Right.
You get what I'm saying to you? I don't think it could be an hour too.
Yeah.
He can't just be on the fucking phone.
Right.
I wouldn't want to talk to Suge for no damn 35 minutes. I'm just saying for me, personally.
But yeah. Episode 12 was 35. Episode 11 was 24 minutes. So that's his range.
Like I said, John, he in jail. Y'all forgetting?
No, he is. That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to Suge, making the best out of his situation.
I guess.
But
I guess.
Like I'm making a motherfucking lemonade out of lemons.
You know what's crazy? I had this on the rundown. Speaking of jail, I seen a video where a man proposed to his girl in jail while he was
I showed you that shit. That shit was beautiful. That shit, I'm like, yo.
And again, those calls outside. Somebody was working on the outside helping them out. That's the community, man. Beauty of community. Everybody had a nice little shebang going to go. You know what I'm saying? He put together a nice little shebang of that. Shout out to them newlyweds.
Newly engaged?
Newly engaged, all that good
creativity,
stuff.
Man.
Love is love. I love saying love.
Bars can't hold you back.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Bars don't stop love. You know what I'm saying? Love on Lockdown. You be watching that show. Or Love Lockdown, whatever it's called.
And usually when they come out.
It's not called Love Lockdown, but it's called Lockdown Raw or some shit like that.
What's that show called, baby, that you watch?
Love and Lockdown.
Yeah, one of those craziness.
Oh, that's a show called Love and Lockdown?
Yeah, it's women and men.
But see, the difference is, it seemed like this girl knew this guy before because she knew him. They were dating before he went to jail. Love and Lockdown is when you meet somebody who's already in jail. You've never met them, and you fall in love with them. And then when they come out of jail, they see if y'all compatible.
They got a 90-day version.
It's not a 90-day.
90-day fiance version, just the jail version. 90-day. That's crazy.
No, wrong. You're wrong.
The same shit.
No, it's not. It's not. Because you don't have to marry this person, one. Two, you can actually go to the jail and meet them, okay? That's two. Three.
You don't gotta marry the person in 90-day fiance either.
You do if you want them to stay in the country. You do. These people don't. I don't have to marry you in order for you to stay out of jail.
But you can marry a person, they get conjugal visits.
A lot of these episodes, a lot of these jails now, they don't do whatever you call that. Like you, conjugal. Yeah. So again, it's like Love and Locked Up, but the difference
they can't deny you.
Yes, they can. Certain jails do not do conjugal visits.
Let's look up
I'm John. What you missing is the difference between this girl who got proposed to is that she was dating this man before he went to jail, so she knew who he was prior to him going to jail. Love and Locked Up, they don't know these niggas until these niggas are in jail, and they find them in jail, and then they start talking to them and dating them. That's the difference. He's really looking this shit up. He's stupid as hell. You plan on getting locked up? You plan on getting locked up anytime?
It's a scheduled period in which an inmate of a prison or a jail is permitted to spend several hours or days in a private with a visitor. The visitor is usually their legal spouse. Yeah, you try to get married. Getting married to get some.
You gonna get married to someone who's in jail because they want some pussy?
Niggas be doing that.
That's stupid.
If you got married to people in jail?
Well, I'm saying I Love and Locked Up, that's not what they be doing. They wait for them to come out. I'm just saying, on the show, they don't do that.
That's the same. That's basically the same process. You gonna wait for them to come out?
Yeah. That they wait. Anyways, I'm just saying the difference between the nigga who proposed and to these people.
Wild
Their-
time.
her proposal was beautiful.
Wild times. Speaking of wild times, Camron is being sued for his own picture that he put picturing himself on the Dipset clothing line. And he's being sued for his image that was taken by a photographer. That's just some wild stuff. Like,
These photographers are getting out of control. Have you seen that these photographers are now suing tattoo artists for if they like like a regular like a picture they took, if the tattoo artist put that on your body,
Wow.
they can sue the tattoo artist.
Well, they like it image. It's my image.
Yep. Tattoo. No. Somebody. Cat.
Tat.
Yeah. Now that she's Christian and stuff, but she used to do tattoos. She did a tattoo of Davis. The what was
David?
No, the artist Davis, Miles Davis.
Okay.
The photographer sued her for $3.5 million because she put it on one of her friends. The reason why she basically won the case was because she didn't have her friend pay for the tattoo. It was like a gift. So they were saying she wasn't making profit from the picture. But if she would have made a profit, she would have had to pay him, which is crazy. So now tattoo artists got to change up the picture that they see online in order to put it on your body.
So they got to check to see if there's like same way if you use an image on Google, you got to check to see the rights of the image before you use it. So that would be the same thing for tattoo art. You just can't take a Google image
and put
it on anybody. You have to see if it's.
But a lot of times people come in. But a lot of times people come in and say, "I want this."
Yeah, you gotta search that image before you put.
That's
work
crazy.
With it. You gotta search to see if you can legally use it.
That's crazy.
Now you gotta worry about you being sued for putting that work on somebody, which is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, this is my picture. I put my picture, like a picture
on my body.
You said what?
You putting it on your own body.
Yeah.
It's not like once you get the tattoo, it's not like you selling pictures of the tattoo on your arm, where people like making money off your tattoo.
Hell, imagine just walking down the block, you got the tattoo, you just happen to bump into the photographer, and they like, "Yo, where you get that tattoo from?" Like, they ask for all the info. You think they about to get a tattoo, and that's like the usual tattoo guy, and the tattoo guy hits you up like, "Yo, can you believe this shit? I'm getting sued for the tattoo that I gave you." That's wild.
Yeah, that's good.
The Camron shit is wild. The Camron shit is wild. It's like, it's a picture of him.
It's his own picture.
He didn't take it, so it don't belong to him.
If someone belongs to him, you're gonna take a picture of me.
But then he should counter sue and say he took a picture of me with an unwilling photo of me that I didn't want. Oh.
He'll be lying.
Oh.
And then ain't gonna help his case.
Either way, because you took the picture, but you took a picture of me, so we both own the picture. That's the way
it depends. So it depends on when he took the picture and how he took the picture. Because if Camron hired him, technically that's his picture. And if he paid him, that became his picture. That's like when we hired Amari to take pictures for Dorian's baptism. They were Amari's pictures until we purchased them.
Right.
And they became our pictures.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I see what I'm saying. So that's just okay. I will hope Cam. But it's still wild.
No, it is crazy, no. It's crazy.
I don't know. Mine is just a wild scenario.
Everybody trying to get a coin.
It's America. They made lawsuits get rich quick scheme now. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I hope he gets his picture back.
Mm-hmm. But let's get into Beyonce. She is the first Black woman to go #1 on the billboards for a country track.
This ain't Texas. Woo!
I can't stand that song.
You don't like the song?
Down.
I don't.
Woo! I actually like that song. Woo! Good song. Good song.
The first black woman to top a U.S. Hot 100 was the country song.
Woo!
Trying to switch it up, man. I found the switch up.
It's not the. I love country music. I just don't like the song.
Yeah, I love some country. And again, country labels, radio stations are boycotting the song. In a true American racist fashion.
So is it wrong for them to feel like this is okay? So when we see, just hear me out. When we see a white person doing rap, we tend to say, damn, us black people can't have nothing. Is it not fair for country people to say the same thing?
No, because country wasn't theirs. It was ours. They took it.
Hey, do they really own the country?
They don't. No, they don't. That's the thing. They don't.
I would say I think that's the difference.
But see, that's what she said is a lot of what a lot of people say. Like they can. Unfortunately, white people don't make nothing. They take everything. So, not to sound crazy, creatively, white people don't do nothing. They take, and so that's what we do, Jake.
That's their specialty.
What I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. That's their thing. It's been their thing for, even though we've created, but for a very long time.
That's America, though.
But that's been their thing, right? So
has America the exports? So they took everything. Everything's been their thing.
So what I'm saying to you is
gold. No shit. What else? Like,
I'm just saying.
I've seen
black, but this is the thing. I've seen black country singers, and they are loved. They are loved by the country.
Yeah, we got a thing. It says the origins of country music can be traced to the 17th century when European and African immigrants came to North America and broke their folk tales and folk songs. So we got a conundrum. So therefore, there's no right to ownership.
But okay, so just hear me out. Just hear me out. Okay, hear me out. There are black country singers that are loved in the country world. I've seen them on a award show, right?
Yeah, they got that young guy who's like the guy, the Drake.
Maybe it's just they just feel like Beyonce always wants to dibble dabble and everything. Because when she was doing the Spanish music, Spanish people did not like that shit. It was like she's doing too much. Now she wants to take over the Spanish world. I think people's mentality with Beyonce is that she's always trying to dabble into something. Even rappers, when they said that she was one of the best female rappers, all the female rappers is like, how the fuck y'all gonna?
That's a bad critique, because although she smoked on her rap, you can't put her in the best rapper off a small sample size. What we're saying is, I hope nobody's saying Beyonce is the greatest country singer ever. I hope that's not what people are saying. What people are saying is you can't exclude her from doing it. Like where they trying to exclude her from doing country.
I just feel like
y'all let Drake do every fucking thing. Drake done been Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Dominican.
Oh wow.
He's been in the UK. Drake did everything. I don't hear nobody say nothing about Drake.
No, I was gonna bring up the Drake point. Drake done did everything. He did everything, but fun fact. I just looked up black country artists. Do you know Tina Turner did a country album in 1975?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a thing about her being. I think it's her being Beyonce.
It's Beyonce doing country.
Right. I don't think it's her being black. And this is the problem, because there are black country singers. It's the fact that it's not that it's Beyonce taking over another genre. That's the problem. It's not.
Is she taking over? She's just dabbling in it. She's not really taking over. Obviously, she went #1, but she's a big artist. You can't say she's taking over a genre if she only dropped 2 songs. If she drops a whole album, that still doesn't mean she's taking on the genre. She just
Yeah, she being a creative. How she like Taylor Swift will start off at country, then she start making pop. Like,
but then if Taylor Swift was to come over to R&B, we'd be like, hold the door,
because
bitch.
you can't do R&B. You R&B is rhythm and blues. You are white and beneficial.
But you can't say that. You don't know if she
She
puts out an
she
R&B
possibly
song
could do
and
R&B,
then, right, and then she puts out an R&B song and then you be jamming, don't know it's Taylor Swift, and then you be like, but what I'm saying to you is you'll be looking at Taylor Swift like, bitch, hold the door.
Yeah, but y'all keep giving examples, whereas those are culturally belong to a certain people. Country, although been dominated by white folks, country don't belong to them.
But Johnny just read something that we don't know where it came from.
John Red did a quick Google search. I'm pretty sure I can find other stories that contradict the small sample that Johnny read, because a lot of people say,
but no, it said European and African.
So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people with a quick Google search,
maybe no one can claim it.
Based on what you, John, I'm saying what you just wrote or read says nobody can claim it. But if I wanted to, I can do some Google searching and justify it being black. You get what I'm saying? What I'm saying about country is country don't belong to what you saying. Country don't belong to nobody culturally. Although they've dominated it, it's not culturally theirs. Hip hop is something that was culturally created by black folks. Rhythm and blues were created by black artists. Based on John's statement, it's something that might have been brought over, or that was a mix of folk, country, blues, black music, white music.
Moral story is that
so you can't exclude anybody from that genre. The same way you can't exclude nobody from pop. Pop is popular music. These are world genres. Now again, in the sense of you saying, you gave the example of a Spanish artist. Yeah, you can do that because that's culturally theirs, where they can say, we don't want you dabbling over here because culturally you don't know what you're doing. You don't know nothing about this. Like, you're not from this. So therefore, that's why we can tell. That's why a lot of times when it comes to hip hop, we can have an opinion on who should be here, who shouldn't, because we know where hip hop come from and stuff like that.
I'm just saying that they feel like Beyonce coming over is gonna dominate the people that are there, and it's not only the white country singers, it's the black ones too.
I think the fear is more of not that her dominating, but her bringing people to the party that they don't want there.
Probably, most likely.
Because Beyonce do a country album, she ain't beating out the country greats. I'm sorry. She don't even win the awards in her genres. You think they're gonna allow her to go over there and do it? No. But
yeah, that's been the whole argument, right? She don't even win the best album in her genre.
She don't win the one she's supposed to win. They definitely ain't gonna let her go to the CMAs and clean up.
Imagine if she does though.
But it ain't gonna happen. But what happened though? If Beyonce there, you got a whole bunch of niggas in there. It's like, hold on.
I don't even think it's the niggas. I think it's like the gays and the
so right, and that too. So you exactly. So you bring a lot of people to the party that they normally wouldn't have there, because that genre is culturally old-fashioned America.
Right.
And I think that's more of the issue or the concern. Like, oh, now she gonna open the doors for them fucking liberals and them fucking gays and them other people that are gonna start coming over, them niggers and them jigaboos, and them queers and them LGBTM and all the dumb shit they gonna say. I think that's more the fear with Beyonce, because Beyonce ain't gonna dominate country. She'll come over there and the artist will respect her, because if you're a great artist, you respect great art regardless of the genre. I think the the fans or the fanboys and girls, they look at it as like the cultural difference. Like Beyonce, who Beyonce crowd is very vast, and now she's gonna bring all of these different type of people over to this exclusive club,
Right.
and that's not what they want.
That's possibly what they fear. That's true.
I think that's more the fear than anything.
What? Beyonce's on her way. She already got her
But
first.
shit, they let Lil Nas X in.
Yeah. Old Town Road.
Because he wasn't doing that or that extra shit he was doing.
He did it after the fact.
Right.
No, he did it after the fact, but he was allowed to get in. Whereas he did a regular.
Yeah, but he did all that.
country-
He did all that
I'm
shit
saying-
left though. He ain't really
No, I'm
stayed.
saying, but he did a country hip hop song that was allowed to be played in that space.
But that's what
Well,
I'm telling you. I
no,
don't think it's a color
Molly
thing.
Cyrus
because-
Pops had to jump on it to give it like a more country pass. Billy Ray had to
But
jump on it.
again, yeah, now listen, I don't think it's a color thing because there's so many black people in country music recently. There's a lot of black people in country music. It's a Beyonce thing. It's not a color thing. It's a Beyonce thing. It's a Beyonce thing. It's not a color thing. Because there's a lot more black people in country right now than we think.
Yeah.
And
It
they
is,
are
yeah.
successful and they are doing great and the country world accepts them.
Yeah.
It is a Beyonce thing. It is not a color thing.
But
It's
I
a
don't hear none of them artists speaking ill about Beyonce doing country either.
There's a lot of them were saying like if she comes over, we are now it's gonna be
Let me hear the good ones say that. The ones who are successful doing it.
Yeah, I feel the competition is what it is.
I don't really like Beyonce music to begin with, but I like the one country song I heard. It ain't something I'm gonna go listen to, but when I hear it on social media, I listen along. I bop my head a little bit, but it is what it is. Beyonce can't do no wrong. She can cook. Like, you know how to cook.
Well, she went number one, so she's on the fast track in that new genre.
And again, she might do a little Nas X, drop her country shit, and on to the next. She just did the dance shit. It's a part of her, whatever this album called, because it's supposed to be like the part 2 of that Renaissance shit. So the next one might be a motherfucking, hopefully not a Spanish album, but it'd be
No,
another.
next one's just gonna be her playing the flute like 103,000 shit.
Exactly. You never know. This part 1 of the Renaissance was the dance, part 2 is the country. We never know what part 3 look like. She just touching base with everybody.
Yeah, part 3 gonna be the flute and dance album.
We let Drake do it. Not Beyonce.
But it is what it is. Y'all remember Rachel Dozy?
Dozy,
Woman
yeah.
the woman who
Blackest
faked,
woman in America.
who faked the funk. Apparently, she had a teaching job, and she was recently fired because it was found out she has a OnlyFans, and she lost her job. Do y'all agree with the firing or no?
What's the rule against you having OnlyFans and being teaching an education or being in like?
Well, you are
learning?
teaching kids.
But again, so are you teaching kids how to make OnlyFans?
she should have been fired after she lied about her race.
They should have fired her. She probably put African American on her application. Probably signed black. Or when it said white, she put other. And then explain. But it's again, God forbid, a teacher has an OnlyFans.
Apparently, her explicit photos made it to Reddit.
Okay. I guess. I mean, I'm trying to shoot a bail. But again, I'm like, because again, you can what you do in your private life. I know they say it shouldn't affect your job, and I know it does, but it shouldn't unless it comes to your workplace. So that's the thing. It got back to our workplace. Why ain't you Doja doing OnlyFans and having a regular job? She's supposed to be out here milking that fake black shit.
She can't milk it no more. It's been years.
I would have if I was Rachel Doja, I would have a YouTube channel. Whereas you know how they got like the tree man, the guy that be dressing up like the tree, the bush man. I would just have a black one like that where I just go to black spaces and just see how long I can fit in.
She fit in for a very long time.
She worked with kids from K through 5.
From what?
Kindergarten to 5th grade.
She didn't work with all of them. She just in a school that covers.
No, that was the range of kids that she worked with.
That's elementary. So they say you work with them, but you really only with. She probably only with 4th grade or some shit.
And they said she was a substitute, so
she probably was going from class to class. But again, she could be doing much better. Rachel Doja, I'm giving you an idea. You can steal it. Call it Black Space, where you can just go to different black places and see how long you can hold conversations and see if people notice, like, bitch, you white. See how long you get away with it. Go to NAACP meeting. Go to a HBCU.
Whenever her face is known.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. She tan up a little bit more and just try to fit in. Go to a black church and talk like black people and see how long they say, hey, ain't you Rachel Doja? Then and the game over, you go to another spot.
Change the name now.
What's her name now? Laquana Smith. Laquana Williams.
This is the first time I ever met a white person who really wanted to be black.
No, this is the first white person I met that wanted to be black that actually like fully committed.
Her name, she was born Rachel Ann Dolezal. Her name is Nkechi Amadi Diallo.
She fucking up with the name.
Sounds like a black name.
That sounds like some Native American shit. That's what I'm saying. She not fully committing. Her name should be Laquana Williams.
Yo.
Shanika Robinson. Latoya Jenkins. Ebony Robertson. I'm helping you out, Rachel. Well, give me another black name off the whim. Keisha Johnson. Like, I'm trying to help you out, Rachel. You out here missing the bag. Dealing with kids and weak ass PTAs and school boards. Come on, man. Get to this bag.
Right, yep.
Now OnlyFans ain't gonna do it. What's she doing on her OnlyFans? Who wanna see Rachel on the OnlyFans? She gotta be acting black on there. That's the only way she gonna make some money. I don't know, Rachel. You messing up the game, but best of luck to you, white girl. Well, not best of luck to you. You still Black History Month. We see you next month, Rachel. Come holler at me. I got some ideas. We can make some money.
That's what it is. But it is what it is. Now, Floyd was just recently, I think the Pivot podcast. One of the podcasts.
It was Pivot. It was on Pivot.
It was Pivot.
Yeah.
And they was having a conversation, and it went into talk about, it was talk about Diddy, and basically talked about basically talk about other people's business and whatnot. And then one of the more questionable lines that raised a lot of eyebrows is the part where he said if it was his daughter, something along the lines, it was even if his daughter, it was a mistake or something along the lines of that. And it's like, maybe he should have just avoided that. I get what he was I get somewhat of what he was trying to say, but maybe he should have just avoided that whole.
What did he say? I
Huh?
don't get it. You ain't really say much. What did he say?
So he got into talking about Diddy, basically saying black man should have knocked another black man while he's going through what he's going through.
So even if it's his daughter, he still want to speak on it. That's what he's saying.
He didn't say. He basically said even if it was his daughter, he said something like it could have been like a mistake.
So he would still gave Diddy the benefit of the doubt.
That's what basically yes.
Benefit and the doubt in regards to what would Diddy
His
Cassie
accusations.
situation?
They're talking about Diddy's accusations.
No, I'm saying there's many different accusations. So the Cassie situation, is it
basically he said he basically kind of said like Cassie like chose to be around that.
Oh no, man. I just like Floyd compared himself to Taylor Swift. That's what I like from this whole pod. He said that at one point he was as big as Taylor Swift is right now. Because if he had social media, the reason why people can say Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce because she has all the social media outlets, and she became a star in the social media times. Whereas a lot of them grew up in times where you had to get a truck, do the billboards,
much different hustle, much different
hustle. And he said, if he as a fighter was a prime fighter, like coming up, if his come up was during this era, him as a boxer would be as big as Taylor Swift as a pop star. He felt like the fighters today don't use the hustle right because they got all these outlets and they not as big as he was when he didn't have these outlets. So John, do you think if young Floyd Mayweather was coming up in boxing during this era, that he would be as big as Taylor Swift?
No.
Do you think he would be a bigger boxer than he already is?
Possibly.
Nope.
I would say I only say possible because but he did a lot of shit that's been implemented to the game and has affected boxing, and it's like his impact on boxing has been core. So like if you was to take him out, I guess it's just the shit. Everything he did, we'll just be witnessing it again. You know, you'll still impact boxing the same.
I feel like he will have this. He will have more streams in the sense of more outlets, but I don't think people care about boxing as much as they did when he was coming up. So although the outlets,
people bought when he was in his heyday, people bought more fights than they do now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. People cared about the sport more. So although he will have more of the outlets, boxing isn't, especially compete with mixed martial arts. Boxing isn't a sport that it once was either. So that's the catch-22 to it, where him coming up, people were actually buying boxing fights. People actually cared about the sport.
Right.
Whereas nowadays, nobody gives a fuck about boxing. People care about mixed martial arts. And so even with him having all the outlets, he'll be that one guy that's doing too much.
Possible. But yeah, basically, but back on the time I rewatched it, he basically said with the Diddy shit, he just knocked it off at basically with the accusations. Diddy just made some mistake, and then he kind of ended it with it was his daughter. It was his daughter made that choice.
I think for the sake of Cassie, there's a hint of truth to that. In regards to all the other sexual accusations, I can't really say much because, again, we don't know much about them. So until we hear more about those, but in regards to the Cassie situation, it was definitely a bit of grooming, but also you have to, again, we can't put everything on one person. There is two willing adults in that situation.
But more accusations is coming out by the day. He just got hit with a new lawsuit, and they're accusing of him using his son to bring underage girls and prostitutes into his parties, allegedly.
Underage prostitutes.
Yes.
Look, I don't know if all that's true. It's still accusations, so I ain't got much to say about it. I'm just saying, in regards to the Cassie,
Those are the new accusations because he just got hit with another lawsuit.
Right. So I'm just speaking in regards to what Floyd's talking about. Cassie, although I feel as though her dating a older man, and when somebody dates somebody older, you can be somewhat manipulated, but you also have to take in consideration that that person is a willing adult, and so you can't. There is two willing participants in the act.
This is. I think he should have just. It was one of those he should have just stayed away. I kind of seen the point he was trying to make, but then people not gonna see it because
It's never gonna come out right.
it went left.
Yeah, it's never gonna.
Nah, it could have came out right. It could have just said innocent till proven guilty. We can't bash a man. We can't bash a man because it hasn't been confirmed that he's guilty of anything that he's been accused of.
Yeah.
Could have went that route, but he tried to make a point and it just went a little left and just made it worse. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Bree, your thoughts on that?
I think Mayweather shouldn't talk at all because nothing he says ever comes out the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
So, good luck to him on that one. And he ain't no Rocky Balboa or Apollo Creed, so
they not real, so he definitely not.
Well, he wasn't as, even though with them not being real, he's still not as big as Apollo Creed and Rocky. And don't be throwing them that they're not real. They real. Rocky has a whole statue in Philadelphia. We visited. Did you not take a picture with it?
Did I take a picture with it?
You did. So don't be acting like Rocky ain't real. Go ahead, John.
It's hilarious, but
what's hilarious, John? What's
Rocky and Apollo said.
Does Mayweather have a statue of him somewhere? No.
It's true.
Okay.
Got it.
There's a whole stairs named after Rocky.
That's true.
That is true. I'm just saying, y'all acting like Rocky wasn't bigger than Mayweather.
Sly Stallone.
What?
Sylvester Stallone.
No, I'm talking about Rocky, the boxer.
Yeah.
Rocky is definitely bigger than
Sylvester Stallone. What is he talking about? What are you talking about?
Sylvester, my guy, Sly Stallone.
Okay, so when people say they're going to the statue, how did they name it?
They named it after the character he played.
Listen to that's not what I'm asking you. Are they saying?
I answered your question. You said, what did they name it? They named it after the character he played. That's the answer.
What's the name, John? They don't name it Sylvester Stallone's
character. It's named Rocky Balboa, the character he played. I said it. I said the answer.
If they see him down the street, who they say?
Rocky. I'm saying Rocky. I'm dead saying Rocky. Can I have your autograph?
There go Rocky.
Yeah, y'all might say that, but there's a good chance someone's gonna say Sylvester Stallone. If you see Sylvester Stallone walking down the block, oh shit, that's Stallone.
I said, oh shit, that's Rocky.
Right.
Listen, again, he's Rocky and he's also Rambo.
So you go get another character. You ain't gonna get Sylvester Stallone, though.
No,
y'all watch Rambo.
You ever get Sylvester Stallone? But my point I'm trying to tell you is Rocky is probably is his biggest character, but Rambo is pretty big, and Sylvester Stallone had a great.
I don't even remember. I never even seen Rambo.
Rambo is big. It's like 8 of them motherfuckers.
He came back and did one like how he came back and did a Rocky like
Yeah.
before the Creed series. He did like a older Rocky. He did a Rambo older version of Rambo too.
Yeah.
And then he got the Expendable series.
That shit was wild. But okay.
Well, my guy Sly Stallone. But with
Alright.
that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another City Opinion podcast. It's boy John, my co-host Bree, my host in the back Dev, and we are out.
So this motherfucker didn't end.